Hey everybody, welcome to Beyond the Booth here on RiverCity-Media. We got the 2A state champion section lines on here with us tonight. Of course, everybody knows Phil Harris over there. I'm the host, Howie Chaney, along with head coach Derek Wynn, and we got four new guys that's on here tonight. Um, we got Jake Cloud in the gray, Tyler Green in the red. That's to my left. I don't know where you at if you're watching. And then down below us, we got Cole Wooten and Caleb Haynes, assistant coaches under Coach Wynn. Guys, first of all, congratulations. How does it feel to be state champions?
Awesome.
Appreciate it. Feels
Yes.
great.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cole, you're the only one who hasn't spoke yet.
Feels amazing.
Good deal. First of all, Jake Cloud, I'm so tickled you wore that black hat. I'm glad they finally got rid of the white hats and went with the black, man. Coach, you've got two of those hats now. What are you going to do with both of your hats?
They're sitting on top of our the ball we get. You know, when they win and give the coaches the basketball, we got a little glass display case, and they sit on top of my living room.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Caleb, Cole, what are y'all going to do with y'all's hats?
Right now, mine's sitting by the bed. It may not move for a while.
Yeah, mine's just sitting on the dresser at the house. So,
Jake, you're wearing yours. I'm tickled death that you're wearing it. What are you going to do with it once you get back home?
Put it with all my other trophies.
Tyler?
Mine's already displayed up in a. There, I got it up there with my.
Some reason you're cutting in and out. I'm not sure why. I just realized y'all's sub name there, Hoopers. I like that. That's cool. Coach Wynn, second time around, winning a state title. Does it feel any different from the first time to this time?
It really does. I mean, they all each have their own place, and it's really cool. You know, you never think you're going to win the first one, and then the second one, you know, you really never think it's going to happen to you, and then it does. But yeah, it's a pretty cool feeling regardless. But with some guys that you'll go to war with any day of the week is pretty good.
Caleb, Cole, this is y'all's first titles, I think. How's it feel to be a state champion?
I mean, it's kind of surreal, like you said. I know that sounds cliche, but it's just, I mean, as a coach, like it's just a good feeling. Yep, just a good feeling.
Feels pretty good. I ain't had much success, so it's been fun. And these dudes, I've coached against this group of seniors their whole life, and they kicked my tail all but this year. So it was fun to do it with them. So,
Cole, I guess it's one of those things. If you can't beat them, join them.
Join them, absolutely.
Yeah.
I got smart.
Yeah.
All right, Jake, how's it feel to be a state champion?
Speechless. To be honest with you.
Tyler?
Yeah. Crazy. Like, I don't want to sound arrogant, but like in the moment, it don't feel real.
Right. I've got one more question turned over to Phil, and it's talking about the first game that y'all played at Birmingham. Y'all were down by double digits most of the game until the start of the fourth quarter, and then y'all seemed like y'all just flipped a switch and off you went. Coach Wynn, what happened? I mean, how did you come from being double digits down to taking the lead?
I mean, it's just these guys. I mean, they're really tough group. I mean, they stay together when things get hard. We had a little, a halftime. It was just about, where we at? What are we going to do with it? It is what it is. You're down 7. How are you going to respond? And these guys responded, and they always do. I mean, even last year, third quarter, we had a great third quarter against Tuscaloosa Academy, and then had the lead going into the fourth quarter. We just ran out of gas, and it was kind of the same thing. Like, we can do that again, but are we going to run out of gas? And these guys didn't, and Jackson Leroy, of course. If everybody hasn't heard about the shot he made, then you've been in a hole. But That's just what these guys do. It's never going to be one person. It's always going to be everybody together, and they just stayed the course, chipped away, and eventually in the third quarter we caught fire, got some stops, and relied on our defense like we always do. And anytime we get some stops and get some steals in open court, our offense takes off, and that's what happened in the third quarter, and we was able to sustain it in the fourth quarter.
Caleb, what was your reaction when Leroy hit that game-winning shot?
Well, at first I was excited, and then I realized there was like 2 seconds left, and everybody's chest bumping and going nuts. And if you watch the video, Leroy is kind of pushing everybody back to the bench too. I was kind of like, settle down. We still got, another play left. And I can be negative at times. So I'm just thinking next play, like we got to finish 2 seconds left. So, but I was excited.
Cole, I was going to ask you about you, but I've seen you jumping up and down, and you was probably one of the first ones on the court.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch the shot go in. I couldn't watch it till I heard everybody's reaction.
All right, Jake and Tyler, I think y'all both were on the floor at the same time as the ball went in, and my memory's pretty bad. But I think one of you kind of set the pick for him to get open. Am I right about that?
I was going to get the ball, and then I see Leroy wide open in the corner. No better person to be in the corner.
Tyler?
Yeah, it's kind of a blur. I just remember I was standing on the wing, and he shot it, and I was like, that thing is beautiful. And then it just the longest shot I've ever seen. Like, it took probably 3 seconds. But it went in, and I say one stop, just one stop. And then we got stopped.
All right, Phil. Go ahead and take over the questions, because the next question I was going to ask was, what was said in that timeout with 2 seconds left? Coach, what did you tell him with 2 seconds left?
Well, we knew they was going to go to Boone. I mean, Boone's the best player, one of the best players in the state, in my opinion. Not just in 2A, but probably 1 through 7. And we knew he was going there. We saw their alignment. We had another timeout, so we was able to see their alignment, draw it up, and call another timeout, and kind of just go over how we thought they was going to run it. And we were right, and the guys just got a hand on the basketball and made a play. So, yeah, very fortunate. 2 seconds is a long time when you just make a shot like that and you're trying to finish out a game to go to the state championship. But these guys handled it well, like we knew they would.
That's awesome. Phil, go ahead.
Well, Coach, I want to ask you about this. After you won that game, of course, it's a big, excitement, because you kind of felt like going into the Final Four, this was the best team you was probably going to play. I mean, that's the way, kind of everybody felt. But how did you get everybody settled back down to make them understand, hey, we've got one more mile to go? Yeah, and it's not easy, because, I mean, you got 3 on the bottom screen down here whose mind goes right there, and it's not easy, because as coaches, you've got to reel it back in and go to the next game, go to the next play, and get ready to go to the state championship. But you got to let them enjoy it. I mean, let's be honest, it doesn't happen all the time, if ever, for people. And, you got to let them enjoy it. So we enjoyed it the rest of the night, and we stayed all week in Birmingham. We enjoyed it a little bit the next morning, talking about it. And I'll be honest, like, we've talked about it nearly every day, that we're together. And but it's just one of them deals, like, what are you going to do with it? You made a shot. We beat one of the best teams we've played all season, and that's including the 10 losses we had. What are you going to do with it? Is it going to be in vain, or are we going to get better? Because we get to practice tomorrow. And these guys, talk about senior leadership. They're the definition of senior leadership. And they did exactly that. They flushed it, went on to the next game, and we was able to get ready for Lafayette. Well, Caleb, I want to ask you, what was your thoughts on that after the game? Did your mind go back to business, or did you want to celebrate a little bit?
Well, after the game, yeah, like we celebrated, like Coach said, that night, and then it's just kind of like, well, hey, we don't want to have a hangover or whatever and celebrate this, Like, it'd have sucked to have won that game and then not even, like, overlook the other team, Lafayette, and, like, beat the best team down there. I mean, let's be real. Like, just honestly, like, they were really good, and we knew that. And then you just didn't want to win the first one, celebrate it, and then just, have the regret of not even preparing for the next team and, letting it slip away, which luckily we didn't do that, so.
Well, Cole, I want to ask you this. I mean, of course, you got as excited as everybody else. Of course, you have to have a serious look and a serious side most of the time, but it's fun to get to act with the kids.
What did you catch? What he said?
I lost him at the end.
Yeah, he's basically saying being able to act like a kid as well as far as winning the game.
Oh yeah, these
most
dudes
of the time it's serious. Yeah.
Yeah, with me being 25, ain't many years apart from us, so in those moments it's fun to kind of relive those moments that you may not have ever had, and like celebrate with them dudes, because we watch them put in so much work. Like, you're so proud of them and so excited for them. It's a surreal moment.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, Jake and Tyler, I want to ask y'all both this. Has it kind of sunk in yet? Or are you still kind of sort of on cloud nine? But the one thing about it, it's over with. Basketball's over with. You won a state championship, but the season's over with. So you've got a lot of time on your hands. Has it kind of sunk in yet?
I mean, just a little bit, but I mean, I'm still celebrating. Yeah. I get to leave school every day at 1:20 now, so it's definitely a little different now from going from school till 4:00. Leave, like, weird. It's weird, but I wouldn't have it any other way going out.
Hey, Phil, let me ask him a question real quick. Mainly, I guess, for Coach Wynn. Big, I ain't gonna say big, but a controversy with the goal adjustments and everything that they finally found out 4 games in. That pushed everything back. It pushed everything back. How was you able to keep your team kind of even keeled during all that time?
Well, and maybe that's a better question for Jeremiah, because Jeremiah talks to his team and then they're getting ready to go on the floor and then go into an hour and 15 hour and a half delay. And that's what me and Coach Haynes and Coach Wood was talking about. Like, I can't imagine going and getting these dudes amped up and then they coming to us and saying, hey, it's going to be, I think they said 15 minutes to start with, and it ended up being an hour and a half. Like, I mean, these guys are ready to go. So it really wasn't that big of a deal for us because there was a game in between. Does that make sense? So we was actually, they got to hang out in the locker room a little bit longer than normal down there. They got to, we got to watch them try to figure out measurements and all that stuff. But finally we was able to get in the locker room and they was able to get in there and relax. And it probably was beneficial to us just because we were able to get off our feet a little bit better and not sit in the bleachers. On the flip side, I can't imagine what Jeremiah went through going from a pregame speech to your first Final Four to, oh, by the way, it's going to be an hour and a half, and then trying to get them players ready to play. So with us, it wasn't that big of a deal. Now the time, we played. I mean, I think our game ended about 10:30, but I mean, you got a bunch of teenagers and you're in the Final Four. Like, it's not a big deal. They're going to bed at midnight probably anyways, playing Fortnite, but it wasn't that big of a deal for us.
Okay. Caleb, have you talked to Jeremiah about that? Has he said anything?
No, we talked a little bit about it. It's just, can't remember if he said it felt like a long time, but he kept texting me during it and asking, like, what's going on? Like, they told us 15 minutes, but that's been 30 minutes ago. So which, I mean, we're up in the bleachers, not really knowing the time limit on everything. And then he finally texted us again later on and was like, I think they said legit it's going to be, 15 minutes actually this time. And like Coach said, I'm sure it was hard to keep his team, ready to go. So, but He was talking to us through the whole time of it.
Yeah, we're going to have him. He's trying to get his players together because some of them are playing softball and all that. But he's supposed to be coming on here pretty soon. I'm not sure if it's this week or another week. 1 or 2 weeks out. But he's already committed to coming on here, and so we're going to be talking to him and some of his players. Go ahead, Phil. I'm sorry, I was just curious about the delay and everything, playing so late.
Yeah, definitely. So, it's a factor, but, it's a factor on both sides of the floor too. As a matter of fact, both teams go through that. Well, Tyler and Jake and Tyler, I want to ask you about this. Have you kind of sort of noticed around you that this state championship, it means as much to a community as it does to you?
I mean, just as many people coming to watch us in Indiana and the Smokies and all that stuff. Like, I think over 100 people came to watch us in Indiana, and then I don't know. That's huge in my part for our community.
Yeah, 100%. Like Coach Wynn preaches community and how no team around here does it like our community when it comes to basketball. And if anything, this year proved that. Like Birmingham, it was like a home game. Like we had so many fans there. Like it was crazy on both sides of the court. Like no matter where you look, there was red. And it's a big part in winning in that blue map for sure.
Yeah, well, of course, a long time ago, I played football at Valley Head, and we won a state championship. And that's what we had talked about. Is it meant more to the people, our family, and our community? Like we practiced on Thanksgiving Day. That's all the talk was basketball, was football, and it was like, hey, we're trying to get away from it here for a little while. But this community is so tied up in it as much as y'all are. They take it serious, big time. So I can understand that. And over time, I think for you guys, it'll become sweeter because 30, 40 years down the road, people still going to be talking about this. So, you guys, enjoy it, enjoy every moment. It don't happen very often. And you guys have got to experience something everybody wants to experience, but very few get to. So be sure and enjoy every moment.
Sir, for sure.
Yeah. Well, Coach, winning another state championship, and I know, Howie kind of talked to you about this, you kind of sit back and you go, the season gets over with, and we was talking about this before, is all of a sudden basketball ends, you get into a routine, you win that trophy, and it's kind of strange right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's basketball's over, for at least a few weeks. You try to give these guys enough time to, get away from it, not have to worry about it, because the season takes a toll on you, especially, the way we do it. And if you just do it every single day, these guys can't miss it. And you don't know if you love it or not if you can't miss it, so we do give them some time to get away from it. We'll start back when spring break's over with, just, doing skill work and stuff like that. But, most of my guys that's coming back, and even the ones that's graduated, I mean, they're playing over the summer. They're playing in the fall league. It's just guys that love basketball. And that's who you want, when you're going to play basketball. I mean, obviously, is guys that love it, guys that live and breathe it. And that's what we got at section. And it is number one, and it's good to be at a place where it's number one for sure.
Well, Coach Wynn, I think it was it in the semifinals that Jake Cloud hit a hot streak and that he scored 20 some odd points. That was key in that basketball game.
Yeah. And actually, and he was struggling defensively, and we pulled him for a couple minutes. Like, he's not going to come out long. He thinks he's supposed to play the whole time, but it's nearly impossible. But he was going through a stretch where he was getting in his feelings, because he wasn't making some shots. We talked on the sideline about the way this is going to go. If your defense will step up, I promise you your offense will go with it. And he sat over there and watched for about a minute, and it was getting back in, and he gets another opportunity, and he turned it up defensively. And once he turned it up defensively, offense started rolling, and that's usually the way it goes. And that's why we preach defense so much, because your offense will go if your defense is playing well. I mean, and obviously too, like seeing shots go in helps. Like, let's don't be crazy about it, but if you're doing every phase of the game and playing it to the best of your ability, offensively seems to roll a little bit easier too.
Well, tell me this, Coach. These two right here, I'm going to single these two out. What has these two meant to your basketball program?
Well, there's four over here. So I'm thinking you're talking about Tyler and Jake, because all four of them are a big part of what we do, for sure.
Well,
But
any
Tyler,
one
We're
of
not
them.
worried
Yeah,
about
any
Colin
one of
Caleb,
them.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Tyler's a back-to-back Final Four point guard, and he got his start. Jackson Cooper, his sophomore year, uh, went down. We needed a point guard. He was JV point guard, and it was next guy up. Was he ready? He was probably not, and he'll tell you too. He was probably not, but it's kind of by fire. You throw him in, and it's sink or swim, and this dude is swam every time. Uh, he's a steady guy. Never gets too high, never gets too low. A guy that's got to be on the court, much like Jackson Cooper. You can't take him out, because when you take him out, guys seem to kind of start falling off. So you have to put him back in. But he's just that guy who's steady. He's not going to score a lot of points, and that's not stuff on the stat sheet. It's not going to get you all tournament. It's probably not going to get you Jackson County, all county and all that stuff. But without him, we're probably not a blue map contender, much less winning the thing, in my opinion. Uh, Jake, one of the hardest workers I've ever been around. Uh, does it every day and loves it. I thought I loved basketball until I got around him. He really loves basketball, and he's showed a lot of these other guys what work looks like. They thought they worked until Jake come around, and they realized they probably don't work as hard as they should have been doing. Uh, a dang bucket can score all three levels. Can do things that is just crazy. And really, I've had to adjust the way I coach. I mean, this dude pulled up from half court against North Sand Mountain just for a heat check, and normally I would have flipped my lid, but when he does it, it's a little bit different because he does work like that. So he gets a lot more leeway than anybody I've ever coached in my 19 years, but it's because of his work ethic, because I know he's putting in the work, and he's just a different level guy. But everybody we got on that team contributes in some way, and they each bring something different, to the team, and that's 100% why we were successful, for sure.
Yeah. Well, what has these two on your staff meant to you?
Well, I'll be honest, I've been trying to get these two ever since I got back to section. Caleb first. I think Cole was probably still in school. I'll show my age a little bit. But even when Cole, we shook hands in the line, and I knew he wanted to be a head coach one day. I told him then, I need your section, and he's just that guy. Caleb is too. I mean, they just know basketball. They live and breathe it. They're really smart. They're good at what I'm not good at, and everybody wants to talk about offense and stuff like that. That's just not something I was ever good at. Felt like I was kind of a defensive guy, and still am. But these two guys are offensive gurus, in my opinion. What we did this year offensively was them two. It had nothing to do with me. They're just good at what they do, and the kids love them and respect them. And it was just a good fit from the start. But I knew it would be, And they left jobs that were good jobs, probably. But at the end of the day, you're coming to a basketball school where it's important, and not just to the kids, but it's important to the entire community. And I think them guys figured out what section basketball is like this year, for sure.
Yeah. Well, Caleb, I want to put you on the spot here. Since you've come to section and worked under Coach Wynn, I'm sure you've learned a great deal. Do you think that maybe in the future, it ain't going to be too long, you're going to be ready for a head coaching job? what has Coach Wynn meant to you?
I don't think they could hear you.
No, we can't hear Phil.
We can't hear Phil. We can hear everybody else but Phil.
Okay.
Okay.
You,
If y'all will go out and come back in,
We had to switch because Cole's phone was dying.
oh,
that's fine. Just go ahead and exit out, and I'll bring you right back in. Then should be able to hear Phil. So, Phil, you got another question for someone?
yeah, well, Jake, I want to ask you this. You had that great offensive performance in the semifinals, and Coach said, once you picked up on the defensive end, it really elevated you on the offense. You just caught fire, and that was huge in that basketball game.
I was struggling, and then when he took me out of the game, like Tyler, Jackson, and Leroy was like all telling me okay, and that they needed me to do good. So really, my teammates is what really sparked me to go.
Yep. Well, Tyler, I want to ask you this. I know, Coach talks about, score is not your biggest thing. So I'm going to guess that when you make a great pass for an assist, that kind of sort of warms your heart a little bit.
Yeah, that's really my main job, just to take care of the ball, get the shooters open looks, and whenever it hits them right in the shooter's pocket and they knock it down, it's definitely a good feeling for sure.
Yeah, I understand.
And we
Okay.
laugh. I'm going to cut in.
Yeah.
We laugh about the Susan Moore game. Tyler actually, Coach Haynes calls it a legacy game. It was actually one of them. We let him go 1-on-1 and get to the cup and get some steals because they couldn't guard him. Or get some steals, get some layups because they couldn't guard him. So it was a fun game just because he actually got to get his in that Susan Moore game. But yeah he's definitely the steady hand.
Yeah, but you need that. You need to put some points on the board every once in a while. It makes you feel a little bit better because you've made everybody else's job easier. It's your turn, so so to speak. Kind of, can you? I guess coming here and coaching. Can you come here and coach under Coach Wynn? How has that helped you, not only as a coach but also as a person?
Oh yeah, I love Coach Wynn. Being his assistant coach, also we've become really tight. I view him as a friend, but I think I've learned a lot from him, leadership wise, and then kind of he's a real big relationship guy. You ask these guys, he'll be the first one to get on you, but he'll also be the first one to love on you as well. So Coach Wynn's just, he's a top notch dude. I enjoy working for him. The lights went off in the gym; they're automatic. But yeah, I couldn't ask for a better person to work for.
Yeah, I understand. Well, somebody sent me a message and told me this, and I want you to explain about it. They said you're a big movie buff, when movies come out. Tell us a little bit about that.
I just, for some reason, I guess years, I know a lot of years or that movies came out. I don't know why, but it's just a weird thing that I guess I can do. Not all of them. Y'all probably ask me when I probably get it wrong, but I don't know. I can't explain it. There's a lot of movies I know the years they came out. So.
Well, of course, you and Jeremiah, I'm sure, jockey back and forth at each other. Has that always been a big time sibling rivalry?
Yeah, which my brother's 4.5 years older than me. So, growing up, we kind of went at each other. And then, about when I got a little bit older, probably around my sophomore year, I got bigger than him and he kind of quit picking on me. But no, and it's all friendly. I love my brother and, he's a good brother. But yeah, we have a good time picking at each other, especially him. He picks at me a lot. So.
Well, the show when we had North Sand Mountain on before the Final Four that he kind of threw a couple of things at you.
Yeah, he did.
He said he wasn't going to talk to you guys down there. I guess he did talk to you.
He did. As soon as we walked into the arena, he was calling me over there. And I asked him, I said, I thought we weren't talking to each other, just messing with him. But no, we talked a lot over the week. So.
Yeah, I
I'm
understand.
sure
Well,
Jeremiah's
Jake,
going to bring it
I
up that he won. I'm sure Jeremiah's going to bring it up that he won the state title before you did.
He throws all kinds of stuff at me. Yeah, he does. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We go back and forth with each other a lot. So.
Yeah, of course. Now he does say one thing. He said, always wherever Caleb ends up, the teams win. He said,
That's right.
He said, I don't know what it is about it, but for some reason he ends up on good staffs.
Maybe a coach. Maybe him as a coach.
No, I've been real lucky. I was at Scottsboro for 3 years. We had a good stretch. Coach Bell's done a good job down there. And then, when I got a chance to come back here where I played, I couldn't say no. Come back here and be an assistant at my alma mater and work for Coach Wynn. And we've had some good teams here too. So I've just been really lucky and really blessed. So.
Tyler Green, I want to ask you this. When the clock counted down in the finals, of course, y'all were up, by a substantial amount. So it kind of sort of started soaking in. When that clock ran down, what was your thought?
Honestly, it was bittersweet. Like, yeah, it was over, but like in the moment, that was the last thing I was thinking about. Like, I just won a state title. Like, I was like, yeah, it's sad that it's over, but like in the moment, that was the last thing on my mind. I was ready to celebrate with my guys and just like enjoy the moment while I was in it, because can't get another one. So got to enjoy it while it's there.
I understand that. Well, Jake, what was your thoughts? What were your thoughts when that clock finally hit 00?
I started tearing up a little bit because I've always dreamed of being there and winning one since I was little. I don't know, just in the moment, it was unreal in the moment.
Yeah, hey, I understand. Well, tell me this, guys. I know basketball's over for this year. I think, Jake, you're still an underclass. You still got some time left. But I want to ask you both, what are your future plans when basketball's over? What are you guys going to do?
I'm trying to go to college for basketball. So as of right now, if I don't go to college for basketball, I have no idea.
Yeah. My basketball career, safe to say, it's over. I'm gonna go to college, get a degree, go work, because I guess step into the real world, as they say.
Yeah. Are you not gonna look at
spend some time with them?
Tyler's going to be our.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, Tyler's going to be our director of basketball ops next year. He's going to be on staff, and he's going to be our fall league coach, and he's going to be our guy. He don't know. He probably
that's what I was going to ask you. Yeah. That's what I was going to ask him, Jake. Is do you think you got a future in coaching? Do you think that's something you may do?
I just want to do anything with basketball related.
Just
I don't care anything with basketball.
What about you, Tyler? Do you think that's your future? You want to coach basketball?
I mean, I love basketball, but I'm not to sound like cocky or nothing, but I'm pretty smart, and I want to use my ability I have. And I want
you trying to make money? Are you trying to say we're not smart? Is that what you're saying? Because
he's going to go make money. Is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Hey, he can coach. He's got the brain to coach. Problem is that hairline would go way quicker.
Go out there and get a bigger job, hopefully.
The look he gave me when we changed defenses down there, the look he gave me after I said, hey, we're going 55, we're out here, which is man-to-man, and he threw him arms up like, are you kidding me? And he was right. We shouldn't have went 55.
And I take full responsibility for that one.
But, yeah, Tyler's definitely got the brain for it, but he's also got the brain to where he's going to make a lot of money one day.
Yeah. Well, I want to ask Jake and Tyler one more question. I'll turn it over to Howie for you guys. Jake, is there a certain game that was memorable for you besides the state championship? Was there a game that really stands out during your career where you just felt like you were at your best?
We went to Georgia in Rome, and I got hot there. But one of my favorite games. Sorry, Coach Wynn, but last year in the county tournament, I beat Skyline beat section last year in the county tournament. So, yeah.
So we like to tell Jake he propelled us to the Final Four last year.
Mm-hmm.
He takes credit for beating us, in the county tournament, but we give him credit for going to the Final Four last year.
Yeah. I say. What about you, Tyler? Is there, besides the finals, is there a shining moment where you felt like you had your best game?
The Susan Moore game for sure.
Susan Moore.
Tyler Green legacy game.
They weren't the greatest team we played, but I had a great time.
Yeah. Well, how many points did you score?
At 11. But I had.
Okay.
I almost had,
It was allowed 11. It was allowed 11, Tyler. It wasn't a quad 11. It was allowed 11.
Being the point guard and everything, you had to have a double-double, didn't you?
It was close.
It was close to like a quadruple.
And I was 3 rebounds off. I think I had 9 assists, 7 rebounds.
That's a good stat line.
I can't hear Howie, but I will say, the fact that I get to tell Tyler to beat him and get to the cup is probably something I've never said in my 4 years of him playing a section, but he did it that game for sure.
Yeah. Well, Jake and Tyler, I want to ask you one more thing. What has Coach Wynn meant to you? Off the court and on the court.
First year at section, and he has meant more than anything to me.
Coach Wynn, there's so many ways you could describe it. He's there for you whenever you need him. And Coach Wynn comes off as a scary dude. If you don't really know him, there's a lot of people that I know that are scared to talk to him and stuff. But once you get to know him, he's the most genuine dude. He's gonna be straight up with you, there for you no matter what. He always tells us he's first on our what's the word? What's the word you use?
Resume. I better be reference number 1.
Yeah.
He's always there for us.
Right.
It means so much.
Yeah. Hey, I understand. Well, Howie, I'll let you take over and let you ask them a few.
All right, Jake and Tyler, this is for you. Coach Wynn has taken over from Coach McCarver with the foot stomp as far as getting attention. Can y'all hear it better than his voice, or which way is better for him to get you attention?
Oh, his voice, 100%. That, his voice, you can tell when he's talking to you. The foot stomp, yeah, but when you're in the moment, you don't really hear the foot stomp. You hear his voice though, that's for sure, and it'll echo.
I mean, we're having a good practice, and all you hear is the bass line. That's I don't know. I'll always remember that. Bass line is
a word. That's PTSD. Oh, that's how you can describe that word.
Hey, Coach, can you hear me now? Coach Wynn? Coach Wynn can't hear me.
Coach, can you hear him?
I cannot.
He can't hear me. All right. I want y'all explain it. I'm fixing to pop a picture up, and I kind of want I want to pop a picture up, and I want y'all three, all 3 coaches, to tell me what it meant to you to get this picture made. So y'all explain it to Coach real quick. Caleb, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Just tell Coach what I just said, because he can't hear me.
Only one I can't hear is Howie.
Oh, what'd you ask again?
He's going to put a picture up, and we got to explain to him what it meant to us. No.
I'll let you go first, Coach Wynn.
Hard work. I mean, them guys, all 3 put in the work, and and special bond for sure between some dudes who all getting after the same goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I've been down there a couple of times as an assistant, but getting past the first game and then winning it, it was awesome. And then especially being able to do it with Cole and Coach Wynn. And I mean, I've known them both for a long time, before even, working here together with them. So it was really cool to win it with them.
It was a unbelievable feeling for sure. I've been in this 6 years, and I've went against Coach Wynn a lot, and I always thought, like, how's he get these dudes to play this hard? Like, how does he get this culture to be like this? So being a part of it and being my first time down there and getting to do it with him and Caleb was a surreal moment for sure.
Jake and Tyler, this is going to be for y'all. Caleb and Cole is not very much older than y'all, and they were pretty good in basketball back in the day. How many of y'all players challenged them in practice?
They would not beat me.
Jake doesn't lack in confidence.
I mean, we always Coach Haynes because, like, according to him, he never had a bad game in high school.
Is that line now? Tyler's lying.
And, like, because as far as challenging them goes, like, no. I mean, we play horse, but, like, besides that, no, don't want to embarrass them too bad,
I'll put it to you like this. Me and Tyler's played horse.
We might have to run a 2v. We're in the same building. We might have to run a 2v2 after this.
Me and Tyler's played horse before, and it was the worst horse game you've ever seen in your life. So we ain't played again.
So, do y'all ever get challenged? Being the young guys, do y'all ever get challenged by the other players?
One of my JV guys, he says stuff to me all the time, but I mean, it's not too bad.
Do you take it easy on them, or do y'all
we don't ever really play. We all just kind of throw shade at each other. So
I know one thing. They could get a team of 3 together. Me, Coach Wynn, Caleb, play them. None of them could beat us 3-on-3. Not in a half court. Full court be different.
That's a fact.
Look at Jake. Jake's kind of looking excited about that for some reason.
What do you say?
We can't hear them too.
Oh, you can't hear them too? They said if y'all went basically a 3-on-3, you two and somebody else against them 3, y'all couldn't beat them in half court.
Coach Wooten, we're letting him shoot. He can't shoot. Coach Haynes, he's gonna run out of breath.
He's washed.
And then
we're playing half court.
Half court, guys.
They're not getting a single.
Even in the half court, like Coach
they're
Haynes
not getting a
wouldn't
single
move the
paint
block. We
point.
just get somebody, get him in a pick and roll, and he's cooked.
You know how
I ain't going outside the lane if you got the ball.
Oh no.
y'all know how y'all stay on that stage when I run y'all? You'll be feeling that stage if y'all try to go up on me. I'll put you in it.
Cole is face guarding Jake, and we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine with whoever else you pick, as long as it ain't Brodie.
Hey, Coach Wynn, I'm kind of like you are. Back 2 years ago, I played in the Olympic Games down in Birmingham for Transplant Olympics, and I was not the scorer. I was the one. I figured out that they wasn't going to call anything inside. I shoved everybody out of the lane. Nobody come nowhere near. If they went for a layup, they was getting raped.
That's right.
So, that's just the way I play basketball. My skills are not there anymore, but I can be physical.
I agree. Somebody's got to be the enforcer, and if you're going to have a good team, you got to have one of those guys.
Yeah. I was Bill Lane Beer down in Birmingham. Yeah.
Phil, these guys don't even know who Bill Lane Beard is, man.
Coach Wynn does.
Yeah.
I can't hear him.
Yeah. So, Phil, go ahead and take over. It seems like everybody can hear you. They can't hear me for some reason. I'm going to exit out and come back in, okay?
I'll see if you can come back in. Well,
Yeah,
Jake and Tyler, I want to ask you about something if you want to share just a little bit. We haven't talked about – tell us a little bit about your family. What family, everybody around you, what have they meant to you?
It just cut out. We can't hear you no more.
Yeah. Can't. Okay. You don't hear me now? Oh, well, we're having trouble.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Let me try to go out.
All right, guys.
Leave and come back.
I got you, Howie.
Yeah. All right.
We can't
Jake,
hear nobody.
Tyler.
Can
We
y'all
can't
hear
hear
us?
anybody.
We gotta leave and come back. We'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Coach, what I said a while ago was when Phil mentioned Bill Lambeard, I said nobody knows who Bill Lambeard is on this panel.
With TikTok, maybe it's making a comeback for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know why we're having so much trouble tonight. Sorry about that, Coach, but
Oh, good.
but we appreciate y'all coming on and talking about this. They're leaving. They're going to come right back on. But something I watched the game finals on TV, and I realized that the coaching box stopped right there where Whitney was sitting at. Did you ever turn around and look at her and ask her questions, or did she give you any advice or anything?
Most times she tells me when to chill out. She she tells me how many fouls. One game she was actually what was it, Lafayette? When the foul count started getting crazy, she's like, "You're gonna have to get on them." So she did kind of give me a little, you may have to get on them right here. So yeah, every now and again, like she's pretty good. We really call her our director of basketball operations for sure because she knows all the ins and outs of everything that's going on. And one thing I had to worry about this Final Four was my youngest being on the bench right beside the microphone. I think I had several, texts and say, "Hey, we heard Russ the entire game." Talking trash or whatever he was doing. So. Yeah, sometimes if I look that way, it was probably to tell my youngest to chill out.
Tyler, Jake, y'all are back. What Phil was asking a while ago was family, your family and all that. Y'all want to talk about them real quick?
My dad's probably more happier than me. I mean,
Oh,
words cannot express that dude. And then my mom and my whole family, they're really happy for me. I finally got over the little hump, there.
Jake ain't stopped talking, but can't hear him.
Yeah. I mean, my family. I mean, I think. Wait, can y'all hear us?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coach Wynn can't hear, but go ahead.
My mom especially, like my Coach Haynes and Coach Wood joke about how it's gonna hurt my mom more than it'll hurt me when the season's over because of how much she loves it. I mean, it's something that's in my family, basketball. I mean, my whole family loves it. And for me to win a state championship, I know it meant so much to them too.
Awesome. Guys, we want to apologize for all the technical issues. Don't know why we're having it tonight, but we do appreciate y'all coming on and sharing what took place. What did y'all do from Monday to Friday or whichever day it was that y'all ended up playing? It was Friday, right?
Yes.
What did y'all
Friday
end up
morning.
doing the whole week while y'all was in Birmingham?
Well, and that's what we talked about, before we even went. If you go, you get to play basketball and sleep and eat. And it's pretty much like a college life if you was to play college basketball, we assume. So, we get to practice. We try to practice about 10:30 when the game was going to be on Friday. You eat and you watch basketball, and I think they had their Xbox, PlayStations, whatever that was. They had some bracket play and all that stuff. Or, was it 2K, NBA 2K or whatever? I don't know. I don't get in all that stuff, but they had a good time. They didn't have to worry about cleaning the rooms because they didn't clean the rooms, and they just got to hang out with each other and enjoy each other's company.
Tyler, Jake, how did y'all enjoy the week of just relaxing and playing basketball?
Hanging out with the guys, not much more fun you can have just hanging out with your teammates and being in the finals and all that. So
Yeah, one night during the week we went to Top Golf, and golf's kind of my other sport that I like to play, and got to show Coach Wooten and Coach Haynes what's up after they talk a lot of crap. So it felt nice to whoop up on them a little bit.
Coach Wynn, Tyler's talking about how good he is at golf as well.
They say he's pretty good. I've yet to see it, but they do say he's pretty good on it.
Well, he was talking about the Top Golf and how good he did at Top Golf.
Top Golf, yeah. I think he was over there with Coach Haynes and Leroy and some of those guys who couldn't play.
Yeah,
If
me and
he'd been
Leroy are
over there in the real
terrible.
booth, he'd got showed up.
Yeah.
Guys, it seemed like y'all got a real good camaraderie going on with the whole team, coaches and players and everything. Have y'all ever been around a team like this before? Anybody can answer this.
No.
I truly don't think so. We got a really close knit group, and I feel like a lot of people say it, but I feel like we actually are. And you can see it with these guys and everything. Like they hang out outside of basketball. So, but yeah, it's just a special group of dudes. So
I have actually 22. I mean, this group reminds me so much of them, and you get emotional talking about it. But yeah, definitely going to miss these dudes when they walk across that stage for sure.
Phil, you have anything?
Well, no, I was going to make a comment. I'm going to guess that these guys are kind of footloose and
Now I can't
fancy
hear
free
Phil.
at times, but when it's time to walk on the court, it's all business.
Yeah, Coach Wynn and Phil saying that it seemed like these guys was kind of footloose and fancy free until time to step onto the court there. Then all of a sudden it was business.
Yeah, and that's when you got a good group. When you can sit there and cut up and enjoy your time together, and then when it's time to get serious, it's time to get serious. And these guys knew, how to flip the switch, and when it was time to do that. Some teams don't. Some teams you can't give any leeway with. You can't hang out with. You can't cut up with because they don't know how to flip the switch when it's time to go to work. This group was different. When it's time to go to work, they got serious about it and flipped the switch. So, which is why it's no surprise to me when they won the Blue Mount.
Guys, a couple more questions. We're going to let you all get out. Once again, we're so sorry about the technical issues. Don't know what's going on with it tonight.
it's all good.
Coach Wynn, we'll start with you. Same question for everybody. We'll start with Coach Wynn, work our way around to the top. Who is the first text message you had after you won the state title?
God, that's a good question. I don't know. There were so many. I don't know.
All right, let's go with this. Who was the first one, and how many did you have?
I don't know who the first one was. One that stands out, I mean, it's always going to be, family and Ronnie McCarver, who is like family to me. A cool one, for me, as far as being a coach, was Jack Doss, texting, congratulations. And he's been good throughout the entire postseason. A guy that's won 900-something games, texting the little old coach from section is pretty cool, in my opinion. Probably had over 100-something texts, though. It's pretty cool when you do that.
Right. All right, Caleb.
I don't remember who my first message was from, but I know I texted my wife first and talked to her before I did anybody. And then obviously, talking to my dad, and then some of former guys I played with and former coaches of mine. So I don't remember how many I had. It was a pretty good bit, but it was my wife was definitely the first person I talked to.
Cole?
Lights went out.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if lights went out or maybe he got a text message. There he is. Cole?
Yeah.
I think first one I got was one of my former dudes that I coached 2 years ago, and he was a guy that I coached at Ider for 5 years, and he was probably more excited for me than anybody, and I thought it was really special.
Do you remember how many you actually had?
No, I do not. I know for about the next 2 hours, it was something every 5 minutes or so.
Whoever wants to go first, Jake or Tyler?
Usually, I think of my family first, but one of the main ones was TJ Perry's mom. Me and her talked for a little bit after the game. How proud she was of me and how proud TJ was of me. So.
Yeah, I didn't get on my phone. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get on my phone until few hours after the game, honestly, just from celebrating and everything. But I feel like, I mean, my family, and then I had some friends that I used to play ball with that, I've been friends with a long time that just didn't finish through with the sport. They were congratulating me. And I feel like, yeah, those are the people right there.
Coach Wynn, we had Leroy on, Jackson Leroy on, a couple of weeks ago. You think we could possibly get him in Utah with a trophy on it, with a state championship trophy on it, since he's a tie guy?
With a bunch of blue mounts, you probably can. It might be something we need to look into. We designed the rings the other day and had the board meeting tonight where they recognized us, but he's actually at a pastors conference this week, in North Carolina, him and another guy. So, that dude is different for sure. I mean, he's an elite guy. And he got to miss out on all that stuff, but he's doing something that's a lot more important, and really proud of that guy. But he'll definitely, that'd be something pretty cool, but he'll definitely be wearing some ties in his future for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what type of ring? How big is the ring? How hard was it to decide on what to get?
I'll let the boys answer that one.
The ring, I think it's the second biggest one we could have got. And very beginning, we had no idea, but when we kept on seeing more and more designs, we just kept adding on and adding on.
Yeah, Coach Wynn told us beforehand to start looking and like trying to find designs that we like, and yeah, none of us did that. So we kind of went in with no clue what we were getting ourselves into, and whenever we seen all the options, it took way longer than it should have probably, because we were he would show us something new and we'd be like, holy crap, and then we would just keep going and adding on and adding on and adding on. Like, we put as much on there as you could.
Will y'all be able to wear them? I mean, are they going to be too heavy to wear?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
We got 3 saying yes and 2 saying no.
I don't even know what they said, but I thought we went big in 22. These dudes went bigger. I put it that way. So, but that's the rule. Like, hey, if you get to design one, knock yourself out. I don't care. You've earned that, and we'll do what it takes to pay for them for sure.
Yep, absolutely. Lights went out in the gym again. We're at the last part of the show here, where we let everybody give shout outs. We'll start with we're going to start the opposite way. We're going to start with Jake, work our way around, and then Coach Wynn will be the last one.
Shout outs.
Shout outs to anybody.
Shout out to anybody.
TJ's mom, my dad, God first. Couldn't have done it without him. Yeah.
Yeah, like Jake said, shout out my Lord and Savior. Without him, none of this is possible. Shout out Coach Wynn, Coach Haynes, Coach Wooten. I mean, those are my guys. Shout out my family, my mom, for all the times that she's missed work or whatever, just for me to play the sport. And then shout out my teammates. I mean, I love them guys. Without them, none of this is possible either.
Oh,
just my family first off, and the Lord for putting me in a place that absolutely loves basketball. Like, when you're a basketball dude and they place you in a good situation, you got to be very grateful for it. And Coach Wynn for giving me the opportunity to be here.
Yeah, shout out Jesus Christ. Shout out my wife and my little boy at home. Love them so much. Couldn't do it without them. And then shout out Coach Wynn, Coach Wooten right here, and shout out the guys on the team. So,
last but not least, Coach Wynn.
That's the same time every time. I was going to try to get my real assistant coach right here to give some shout outs, but he's clammed up all of a sudden. Really, you couldn't do this without family, and people that understand what you go through and do it with you. So definitely your family. And, these guys that they put in the hard work, and you get after their butts, and you stay on them about being tough and disciplined, and they do exactly what you ask. And, it's not always sunshine and rainbows, but they never back down. So, and definitely these two guys on here with us. Couldn't do it without them. Wouldn't want to even try to do it without these two. And very thankful.
Last question, Coach, and we're going to let y'all go. Once again, we appreciate y'all coming on, and so sorry about the technical issues. I don't know what's going on tonight, but the world of technology is great, but sometimes it's hard to deal with. Right.
Yeah.
Coach Wynn, last question for you. How long was it until you started thinking about next season after you won the state title?
I'm a big 24-hour guy. We woke up and I think we started talking about, what next year is going to look like. You've got some time. June, you put those pieces together, and you start working on your puzzle and seeing what that looks like. But I mean, before June even gets here, you've got to start talking and trying to figure out what you got. So it was the next day. I mean, you move on to the next. You appreciate it. You don't want to forget it, but you got to move on to the next, because no matter what the rumors are, I'm not going anywhere. So you got to worry about your next team.
We hadn't heard no rumors. All we heard was a repeat happening in section next year.
I'll take that for sure.
Yeah.
So, guys, we appreciate y'all joining. Who's that joining us now?
You want to introduce yourself?
My name's Ellis Wynn.
That'd be Ellis Wynn.
Me and Coach Haynes about to get run out of the gym. We got dudes up here wanting to hoop.
See, and that's the other thing. Like, if you're in the gym on a weeknight or even a weekend, like, you ain't gonna be there long without the basketball bouncing. So, not just me looking for the next year. These guys are always trying to get better and do what they're supposed to do to put themselves in a good situation for sure.
I got a little jab to hit y'all, and then I'll be out. I think Coach Haynes, Caleb can take care of himself. He's pretty good, pretty good sized guy. And Cole, I think you can outrun everybody as small as you are. So I think y'all will be safe. All right. So, but hey guys, we appreciate y'all joining us. 2A state champions. I know that's not going to get old hearing that, but the 2A state champions section lines join us tonight. So Jake Cloud, Tyler Green, thanks for joining us. Y'all could have been doing whatever else tonight, but y'all took the time to join us. We appreciate it. Caleb Haynes, Cole Wooden, thanks for hopping on here as well, giving y'all's perspective. 2A, two-time 2A state champion, Derek Wynn. Is that ever going to get hard to?
It's hard to believe for sure. Never in a million years thought that for sure, but very blessed.
Did you ever think that it'd be a one-time state champion?
Absolutely not. No.
Now you're at two, so you just go ahead and start rolling them off. Why stop now? Just keep on going.
I'm a fan. I'm for it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Just
get in there and get
ball
some
rolling
shots.
like Kerry Ellison, just one after another, after another, after another.
Yeah, Coach Phil said do like Coach Ellison at Pisgah, just go ahead and get a roll going, one after another, after another, after another, and just start collecting those rings up.
Yeah, definitely got a long way to go before I catch him, but we off hopefully to a good start for sure.
Absolutely. So I know you was kind of, I don't want to say superstitious / ritual with the clothing that you wore during that run. So will Jeremiah get his pants back now since the state's over with?
I told him I was probably going to put them in a shadow box, so I may just have to buy them off of him, and we'll put that in the Wynn Hall of Fame in the hallway over here.
That's awesome. So for Phil Harris, I'm the Howie Chaney, and thanks Jake Cloud, Tyler Green, Caleb Haynes, Cole Wooden, and Coach Derek Wynn for joining us tonight. Congratulations, guys, on a great season. Looking forward to talking to y'all. Coach Wynn, we'd love to have you back sometime during the summer, see how everything's going, and see what the progress is, and talk about team counts and all this other stuff if you're willing.
Sure. You just let me know. I'm always willing. I appreciate what you guys do.
Hey, well, hopefully next time the world of technology will work out a lot better for us. So anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody, and enjoy your time off from basketball for another week at least, because Coach Wynn said y'all got spring break off, but then once you come back, it's back going wide open again. So
back to work.
Good night, everybody.